Welcome back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center. We are getting ready for another game on the slate. Your Class C1 state championship between Columbus Scotus and North Bend.
The Scotus Shamrocks are used to being here. They've been here for 3 straight years. They've won 2 straight championships. John Peterson, their fine head coach, also the coach of the state championship volleyball team, which has already won 3 straight titles. So Scotus is well used to being in Lincoln for state champions. North Bend not too far away, just a few miles west of Fremont. Jim Dodge, the head coach, 25-0 record for North Bend Central. This is their first ever state title game appearance, their first state tournament appearance as a whole since 1985. But we talk about Scotus and their volleyball tradition. We've seen Sandy Creek win, and we've seen Fall City Sacred Heart win. Those 2 schools also repeated as volleyball and basketball champions. Back with more after this.
Students and parents, NebHelp's new student loan rate saver lets you save big bucks on education loans. It's 2 points. Yes! Make on-time payments and watch your interest rate drop up to 2 points and score big savings with NebHelp Student Loan Rate Saver. For details, contact any Rate Saver lender or call the College Funding Hotline, 1-800-666-3721. Rate Saver, the best way to pay for college.
Bridal World of Grand Island is the most complete bridal shop in central Nebraska. For the bride, they offer a large inventory of bridal attire, including bridal gowns, veils, bridesmaids' gowns, prom gowns, and much more. For the groom, you can count on Bridal World for an extensive collection of tuxedo styles. Plus, alterations are made easy with their experienced professional seamstresses. At Bridal World, your wedding is as important to them as it is to you. 1020 West 2nd Street in Grand Island.
Dad's one of the best farmers in the state, but when it comes to computers, he's no expert. So when I told him I could control all our Zematic irrigation systems from a computer, cell phone, or business band radio, he was skeptical. Then I told him about Zematic's 8-year, 8,000-hour drivetrain warranty. That got him. Yeah, don't know what he'd do without me.
See your Zematic dealer at Miller Agri-Sales in Friend and Spillenick Irrigation Incorporated in Elba.
The Scotus Shamrocks, the North Bend Central Lady Tigers, getting ready for the Class C1 state championship game. More on this matchup in a moment. But first, let's meet these 2 teams. Here's Rich Broderson.
With over 59 offices throughout the state, U.S. Bank is pleased to be a premier partner of the Nebraska School Activities Association. The Nebraska School Activities Association and U.S. Bank congratulates North Bend Central High School and Columbus Scotus High School on their athletic excellence and sportsmanship, and welcomes the teams, their coaches, families, and friends to the Nebraska Girls State High School Basketball Tournament. Thanks for joining U.S. Bank and the Nebraska School Activities Association in putting students first. Now, for tonight's Class C1 championship game between the 25-0 North Bend Central Lady Tigers and the 24-1 Columbus Scotus Shamrocks. Here are the lineups. First, the non-starters for North Bend Central. Number 10, Sheila Mueller. Number 14, Shannon Emanuel. Number 20, Chana Undrachek. Number 22, Tammy Hunke. Number 30, Nikki Hunke. Number 42, Katie Blacketer. And number 44, Stephanie Anderson. And now, the non-starters for Columbus Scotus. Number 11, Stephanie Cruz. Number 13, Sarah Anderson. Number 21, Michelle Moser. Number 23, Shanna Milliger. Number 35, Amy Hesh. Number 41, Sarah Pillen. And number 45, Andrea Torzan. And now, here are the starters for North Bend Central. At guard, a 5'6" sophomore, number 14. Number 32, Nicole Richardson. At the other guard, a 5'6" junior, number 40, Robin Fitchie. A 6-foot junior, number 50, Jenny Pollard. At the other forward position, a 5'8" senior, number 52, Kelly Blacketer. And at center, a 5'11" sophomore, number 54, Michelle Settles. The assistant coach for the Lady Tigers is Tony Allgood, and the head coach of North Bend Central is Jim Dodge. Now, here are the starters for Columbus Scotus. At guard, a 5'4" senior, number 15, Christy Court. At the other guard position, a 5'5" senior, number 25, Sarah Kunneman. At forward, a 5'10" junior, number 31, Julia Grennan. At the other forward position, a 5'7" sophomore, number 33, Heather Van Ackeren. And at center, a 5'10" senior, number 51, Kim Rickert. The assistant coach for the Shamrocks is Scott Miller, and the head coach of Columbus Scotus is John Peterson. The officials for tonight's Class C1 championship game are Terry Osborne and Ron Smith. The bench official is Brian Raymond.
These two schools, despite the fact that they're only separated by about 30 miles, have not faced each other this season, but they do have common opponents, 5 different schools. They are undefeated against each of those schools. The difference in scoring. North Bend brings a more prolific offense. Scotus, a stifling defense. They have built their championship teams around defense. They only give up 28.1 points per game. In those games against common opponents, North Bend beat those teams 62-41 average score. Scotus 50-27. But the Shamrocks are coming off their shakiest defensive performance of the year. They gave up 40 points to somebody yesterday in their 48-40 win over Gothenburg. When you say give up 40 points and you call that bad defense, you'd be thinking football, but this is girls basketball. We'll see whose style wins over who. North Bend, first jump shot is a swish out of Jenny Pollard.
Drawn first blood is important in this game.
It's important for North Bend, if they're going to get their offense to work, to find those open shots. Down low, shot off by Grennan, and a tie-up is called. Possession arrow still belongs in favor of the Shamrocks. Columbus Scotus wearing the home whites with the green numerals trimmed in gold, and North Bend Central in all black. Outside, it's Rickert. No, she gets back her own miss and puts it back up and in.
Nice follow by Rickert.
Rickert with the first two, tied at 2. Obviously, if it's a scoring shootout, it favors North Bend Central. Turnaround move. Oh, and another nice shot by Jenny Pollard. How about that same spot on the floor? That time, a little spin move.
Nice rotation on that ball.
4-2, North Bend Central. Up top, Rickert. It's around the side to Van Ackeren. Down low, ball knocked away, but retrieved by Grennan. Scotus will get another crack at it. Long 2, out of the hands of Kunneman, short. Rebound, though, controlled by Korth of the Shamrocks. Christy Korth, fine point guard for Columbus Scotus, one of the focal points for this team. Brennan outside, Van Akkeren. Up top, Kuhneman, back to Van Akkeren. Trying to move the ball around. Right now, North Bend is denying the inside on Columbus Scotus, yet we're early in this game. 4-2 our score. Jump shot on the way, good. Sarah Kuhneman's first 2 points. We're tied again at 4, 2 minutes in. Nicole Richardson into the offensive zone for North Bend. Looking to lob it down low, and it's taken out of there. Errant pass. Julia Grennan comes away with it.
Both teams showing good signs of defense in the lane.
Up top, Christy Korth around to Van Akkeren. Here's Kim Rickert in the lane. Shot is up, missed. Rebound to North Bend. Robin Fitchie. It was Fitchie yesterday in the win against Grand Island Central Catholic with 6 seconds left. Drove the length of the floor and banked a shot home from 12 feet away to give them a 2-point win and deny Grand Island Central Catholic a third try at Columbus Scotus, a team they lost to twice in the regular season. Layup down the lane by Pollard. And the first foul of the basketball game is called against Columbus Scotus. It will go against Sarah Kuhneman, her first. Out. 5:11 to go, opening period. Fitchie works against Korth. Korth steals it away. Here she comes back the other way with Fitchie trailing. Layup, no, too strong. But the rebound to Rickert. Her shot missed. Still loose on the floor. Somehow, Nicole Richardson comes out of that mess of bodies with the basketball. Up top, free throw line, jumper, no. Pollard had a chance, but the putback is good.
A nice rebound by Michelle Settles.
6-4 North Bend. Jim Dodge will go to the bench at the next whistle. 4:30 to go, first period. Rickert tries to work off the pick, now gives it back up to Grennan. Grennan wants to drive, stripped in the lane, gets it back, tie up, and a foul is called on North Bend. I believe it's going to be Pollard. Nope, actually it's going to be Nicole Richardson with her first. Into the game for Jim Dodge is Shannon Emanuel and Katie Blacketer.
Both teams trying to establish a presence inside, kind of getting mixed reviews, each of them having gotten in the lane, but the defense has proven to be the stronger end thus far.
Stephanie Cruz in the lane, shot is off the mark right. 6-4 North Bend, long pass down the floor, bodies tangled, Scotus comes away with it. Christy Korth with the basketball to Van Akkeren on the right side. Scotus trails 2 halfway through the first period. Van Akkeren comes the other way to get it. Up top to Cruz. Cruz to Julia Grennan. Grennan has it back in the lane, reach-in foul called on Nicole Richardson, her second personal. And she quickly picks up a pair, and Jim Dodge will replace her in the lineup with Kelly Blacketer, but not until after we take a timeout with 3:46 to go in the opening period C1 state title game. Right now, North Bend leads it by 2.
Every season brings a new challenge and a greater responsibility. In today's global market, how you manage your fields will affect over 31 families, beginning with your own. So you start with superior seed from NC Plus, professional agronomic support, and nearly 40 years of farmer-owned experience. When you shake the hand of your NC Plus dealer, it's not the end of a deal. It's the beginning of a commitment that will last through harvest. NC Plus, bringing technology down to earth.
To understand our dedication to keeping your car running its best, visit your team of pros at Big A Auto Parts. They'll have you back on the road in no time. Big A, America's parts pros.
See your Big A Parts Pro at Salmon Auto Parts in Aurora, Bundy's Auto Supply in Fairbury, and Central Parts and Machines in Columbus and Albion.
Welcome back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center. It's a tight ball game here. 6-4 is the score between Columbus Scotus and the North Bend Lady Tigers.
Scotus will inbound left to the basket. Inbounds on the bounce. Nice speed. Foul underneath. Scotus's Julia Grennan will go to the line for 2.
The foul is on number 42, Katie Blackisher.
The Lady Tigers leading by 2 with just about 3:45 remaining in the opening quarter.
Julia Grennan averages 8.2 points per game. And she has her first points from the charity stripe. One more will tie it. Grennan with 13 points in the win over Gothenburg yesterday, 10 points in the win over Battle Creek on Thursday. Second foul shot is true. We're tied again at 6. Pollard brings it across for North Bend. Bounce pass, drive on the baseline. Shot blocked out of there by Grennan.
Grennan may have gotten by with touching some flesh inside there, but
no call. Officials will let him go with that one. Cruz will drive the lane, has an open shot off the back iron, but the putback is up and in by Kim Rickert. 8-6, Scotus has the lead. Turnaround, Pollard off the front of the rim, but the putback is up and in. Katie Blackiter in the right spot at the right time.
that's right. It was a big offensive rebound, converts into 2 points. Tied at 8.
North Bend fans behind us chanting, "She's a freshman," referring to Blackiter. Long 2 out of the hands of Van Ackeren, no, but Rickert keeps it alive for Scotus. Shamrocks continue to pursue the basket. 2:38 left first period, tied at 8. Cruz outside for Van Ackeren. To Rickert. Cruz has it again, baseline, no. Rebound to the Tigers. Blackiter up ahead for Emmanuel, and we're gonna have a whistle and a carry. Apparently Shannon Emmanuel carried the basketball.
Well, the last time down the court, Columbus Scotus with some nice penetration. They had a good move, but they just couldn't cash in underneath the bucket.
You saw Andrea Torzon, a 5'8" senior, in for the first time for John Peterson's Shamrocks. 8-8 our score. Drive inside, basket would be waved off. A foul is on the floor. Foul will go against Emmanuel, her first. Already the 4th team foul against North Bend.
Stephanie Cucci doing a good job of getting the ball dribbled inside, trying to create, maybe open up some avenues.
2:13 left first period, tied at 8. Outside to Rickert, nearly between the legs. Cruz keeps it alive. Around to Kuhneman. North Bend coming out with man-to-man defense in this game. Korth nearly lost it, but keeps it alive. To Cruz. Under 2 minutes to play first period. Outside it goes to Cruz. To Rickert. Wide open. 2 is good!
Wow. Kuhneman tickling the twine. That was a pretty shot.
10-8 Scotus. 1:38 left first period. Pollard down the floor. Bounce pass to the corner. Fitchie looks for the high lob. Has her teammate. Shot is up. Off the side of the rim. Loose on the floor. Knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Shannon Emmanuel. Shamrocks get it back.
Well, the North Bend Lady Tigers doing a good job of banging the boards in there and just muscling out the Scotus Shamrocks.
You can see the early strategy by Jim Dodge is to try to get the ball down low. Drive by Korth. Shot no. Rebound for the Tigers. Blackiter comes down with it. Ahead to Pollard. Chance to tie with a 2. Coming up on a minute to play first period. Emmanuel looks for an opening. Gives off to Pollard. Pollard turns around, faces the basket, and jumps it up and in.
She is getting hot. She already has 3 field goals.
45 seconds left. Tied at 10. Korth into the offensive side of the floor for Columbus Scotus. She'll put up an 18-footer. No. Rebound to Kuhneman. She keeps it alive with 29 seconds. Scotus is going to back up and play for a one shot to end the first period.
Both teams even at 10. I think that's a good idea. Carry a little momentum into the next quarter.
15 seconds, 14 seconds, 13 seconds left. Christy Korth with 11, with 10. Need to start pursuing the basket. Korth with 7, with 6. Outside to Kuhneman with 4, with 3. Loose ball, tries to pick it up. Loose on the floor, and a foul is going to be called with 1 second left in the quarter. Shannon Emanuel called with the push. That's her second, but we've seen this throughout the day where teams will play for the last shot, and it seems like they take a little bit too much time when they start pursuing the basket to try to set up their offense. They wait until about 17 or 16 seconds, and really they need more time than that based on what we've seen. At the buzzer, shot is wide by Cruz, and we're tied at 10 at the end of 1 in the Class C1 Girls State Championship game.
Well, Cruz was trying to create before that ball went out of bounds, and they called a foul on North Bend. Got to credit her. She's one player out there on the floor for Scotus that is trying to penetrate and make things happen.
Jenny Pollard with 6 points in the first quarter for North Bend, and we'll be back for the second quarter after this.
This is Larry Cole. This is Paula Taylor. At exactly 10:03 Saturday, both leased a 98 Ford Ranger. Strangely enough, both got new styling and remote keyless entry. Both got a CD stereo and a $189 a month lease. Soulmates, drinking from the same cup of karma, matching mittens on the hands of fate.
Hey!
You almost scratched my Ranger.
You almost scratched mine.
There's almost a scratch right there. Look how close it is.
Maybe not, but anything is possible in a Ranger.
Competition is good. Having a choice puts you in control. Utilities used to be monopolies, but that's changing today. Through the Nebraska Choice Gas Program, you could choose who supplies the natural gas to heat your home or run your business. One of your choices will be the Public Alliance for Community Energy. PACE is owned by Nebraska communities who have joined together to provide a competitive, reliable, and safe supply of natural gas. Choosing PACE keeps your money in Nebraska. If you don't choose PACE, you could pay more. Choose Community Energy from PACE and bring home some change.
Welcome back to the Devaney Center. We see the score. We're all knotted at 10s, getting ready for the second quarter.
High lob in the lane, knocked out of bounds by Torzon, intended for Katie Blacketer. And again, North Bend trying to pound the ball underneath, trying to take advantage of Blacketer's 5'11" frame and Pollard's 6-foot frame. Tigers, 5-second call is on, and Emanuel waited too long as the Tigers didn't move enough that time, trying to get the ball back in play.
Just great defense by Columbus, shutting down the middle, not giving him any selections out there.
Shamrocks only give up 28.1 points per contest. Outside it goes to Torzon. Van Ackeren is stopped on the dribble, has to give it back up to Kuhneman. Scotus and North Bend tied at 10. Kuhneman up top to Korth. Korth waiting for her teammates to create something. A look down low. Torzon. Andrea Torzon with a strong move, and it's 12-10. Shamrocks by 2. Richardson looking for someone to give it off to, does, and Fitchie has to do everything she can to save it. To Richardson. Around the side it goes to Emanuel. North Bend looking for the bucket to tie. Fitchie.
Trying to find Blacketer underneath, but she is covered like a blanket.
Down low, baseline jumper, missed Richardson, but the pull down by Fitchie. She puts it back up. She's fouled. She'll go to the line for 2.
Fitchie doing a good job there, pulling that ball down and putting it back up and drawing the foul.
Julia Grennan draws her first personal. That is the second team foul against the Shamrocks versus 5 for North Bend. We're 6:27 from halftime. To the line, Robin Fitchie, 5'6" junior, averages 11.4 points per game. Fitchie has scored 7 points in each of the Tigers' wins in this state tournament. Second foul shot in and out. 1 point lead for Scotus. Sarah Kuhneman. Outside Van Ackeren. Back out to Christy Korth. The Tigers shutting down the passing lanes inside against Scotus. Making Scotus go from the outside. Ball tipped away. Korth gets it and gives it off to Kuhneman. Long offensive possessions for Columbus Scotus. To Rickert. Outside, long two, no. Rebound loose on the floor. It still belongs to Scotus. Well, the Tigers are doing everything they need to inside the lane. Problem is, Scotus is keeping that ball. If we had a time of possession statistic, Scotus would be winning handily. Long jump shot from 17 from Kim Rickert, and she's got 6. Well, if you can't beat them down low, beat them outside. 5.5 to go, second quarter. 14-11 Scotus. Fitchie, a lob down low for Settles. Won't get the friendly bounce. Rebound to Grennan. Knocked out. It'll still be Shamrock basketball.
North Bend did a good job getting that ball inside, looking for the high percentage shot, but like you said, Settles just couldn't find the bottom of that bucket.
Now Scotus can put some breathing room between themselves and the Tigers. Outside it goes. Van Ackeren. 5 minutes left first half. Van Ackeren drawing intense pressure from Fitchie, and a 5-second call. Good defense by Robin Fitchie, as there was no way that Grennan could get rid of the basketball. 4 minutes, 58 seconds left, first half. Scotus 14, North Bend 11.
Students and parents, NebHelp's new student loan rate saver lets you save big bucks on education loans. It's 2 points. Yes! Make on-time payments and watch your interest rate drop up to 2 points and score big savings with NebHelp Student Loan Rate Saver. For details, contact any Rate Saver lender or call the College Funding Hotline, 1-800-666-3721. Rate Saver, the best way to pay for college.
In today's public schools, our children are facing higher academic standards. Their courses are harder, more challenging, and that requires innovative instruction. In fact, you might not even recognize the classrooms of today. Then again, you might.
Okay, class, time's up. Put your pencils down and pass your papers forward.
Public schools work.
It's the second quarter of the Class C1 State Championship, and Columbus Scotus leads North Bend by 3, 14-11.
Tigers have the basketball and 3 to tie. Nicole Richardson. Fitchie. Robin Fitchie to her left. Tries to work off the pick, but good defense applied by Rickert. Pollard. That was a tough shot. Nearly fell, but the rebound out of there by Blacketer. Long jumper on the way. Off the front iron, no good by Fitchie. Rebound to Scotus. Julia Grennan to Christy Korth. Scotus's defensive pressure starting to show itself here. And a foul on the floor. It's going to go against Jenny Pollard off the missed shot. She came down with the hack. And for Pollard, that's her first 16th foul against the Tigers.
And for the Shamrocks, number 11,
It's a nice entry pass by Christy Koth to get that ball in there. Unfortunately, the Shamrocks couldn't cash in.
Scotus to inbound. Finds the open Shamrock, Stephanie Cruz, to Christy Korth. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left. First half. Down low, Rickert. That was not easy. 16-11. Rickert with 8 points. Pollard up ahead. stops at the baseline, turns around, comes out with it to Fitchie. North Bend needs an answer here. They're down 5. Fitchie to Richardson. Richardson, 18-footer, no. Rebound loose on the floor. Rickard comes away with it for Scotus. So the defense is clamped down on the Tigers. And Scotus now leads 5, chance to make it more. Rickard looks down low, wide open. Julia Grennan. And Jim Dodge senses there's trouble ahead. 3 minutes, 23 seconds left, first half, and the Shamrocks have opened up a 7-point lead.
Every season brings a new challenge and a greater responsibility. In today's global market, how you manage your fields will affect over 31 families, beginning with your own. So you start with superior seed from NC Plus, professional agronomic support, and nearly 40 years of farmer-owned experience. When you shake the hand of your NC Plus dealer, it's not the end of a deal. It's the beginning of a commitment that will last through harvest. NC Plus, bringing technology down to earth.
I've gotten a great education and one-on-one contact with the teachers, and now I'm debt-free, and all of my credits transfer to Hastings College.
For the student on a budget, there's no better place to start than Central Community College. Low-cost credit hours and high transfer rates make it the right choice. Call your nearest campus for more information.
It's your choice. Central Community College.
Columbus Scotus on a run here. They lead by 7, 18-11. And you know what? North Bend is yet to score a field goal in this quarter.
Julia Grennan with that last basket, 18-11 our score. 3 minutes, 19 seconds left first half. Pollard to Fitchie, trying to get it around, back to Richardson. Richardson dribbles around. Scotus playing man defense. Pollard outside Fitchie. She turns around at the free throw line. Still looking for an open teammate. Has to take the long 18-footer, no. And that has been the story of the second quarter. North Bend has not been able to do anything except take long two-point jumpers. And they have not fallen. 18-11. Scotus on a 6-0 run.
Well, in the first quarter, North Bend was hanging with Scotus. They matched them. At the end of the quarter, it was 10-all. And the Tigers not able, like you said, to go into that inside game. They shouldn't give it up just yet.
2:19, 2:18 left first half. Scotus again taking their time. Julia Grennan, Stephanie Cruz works on Richardson. Here's Korth, wanted to drive baseline, cut off by Fitchie. She tries to bounce a pass down low. It's taken away. Here comes North Bend. They run the break. Richardson tackled from behind, pushed and hit to the ground. North Bend fans want an intentional foul. I think it was more incidental because the momentum took her right into the basketball player. Van Ackeren called with her first, and that is the third team foul against Scotus. Scoreboard has it down for 1. 18-11. Open jumper, in and out, no good. North Bend struggling from the field. Pass into the offensive zone to Kuhneman. Kuhneman to Korth. Cruz, 3 is good!
Yes.
Steph Cruz, her first 3 of the game. It's a 10-point lead. A 9-0 run. They've outscored North Bend 11-1 in this second quarter.
You're right, the Tigers still looking for their first field goal.
In the lane, Fitchie. It won't fall. Even when they do get an opportunity in the lane, the baskets just aren't coming. 1:05 left first half. A frustrating second 8 minutes for Jim Dodge's North Bend Central team. Another 3 for Korth.
Korth catching fire.
3 points for Court, 3 points for Cruz. Shamrock fans on their feet. 24-11. Scotus has come alive. Cut off at the baseline, stolen away. Taken out of there by Cruz. North Bend fans want a foul called, and so too does Jim Dodge. The frustrations continue for the black and orange. Final 23 seconds of the half. Christy Court. Steph Cruz. 15, 14, 13 seconds left in the half. 12. We're down to 10. 9. To the baseline.
Let's see if they get the shot off.
Open jumper. No. Air ball with 3 seconds left. Taken by the Tigers. And that will end the first half of play. A 14-1 second quarter for the defending two-time state champions from Columbus Scotus give the Shamrocks a 24-11 lead at the end of 16 minutes of play. Jim Dodge is going to have to find a way to open up some offense for North Bend in the second quarter. Meanwhile, John Peterson's defense is doing the job. And Peterson is standing by now with Luke Stuckmeyer.
John Peterson, as you go for the three-peat, your team is in great shape heading into halftime. A great half for you.
Well, we're playing an excellent half. I thought defense in that second quarter, we just did a great job. They didn't let them have very many easy shots, and we checked out a little bit better. And we hit a couple of threes. We executed our offense a little bit better. And I thought we were rushing our offense a little bit that first half, or in that first quarter, and settled down a little bit and a little more patient and got some great shots.
Coach, thanks for stopping by. Good luck in the quest for number 3 in a row.
Thank you.
We will have more from the Vandy Center when we come back in just a few minutes.
Is this your ZX2?
Sure is. Hi, I'm
These are fast.
Dave.
A moon roof.
I'm Dave, and you are...
A CD player.
Hello.
Cool wheels.
ZX2. Even the price is impressive.
Remote keyless entry.
Want to see my puppy?
Ford ZX2. Grab life by the wheel.
Say yes to SCC. At Southeast Community College, we provide vocational, technical, and academic transfer programs for students wishing to excel in a job of their choice. Southeast Community College offers small classes and outstanding educational facilities, all at an affordable price. We provide a proud tradition of quality education at our 3 campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford, plus continuing education programs in 23 communities in Southeast Nebraska. Say yes to SCC, Southeast Community College.
The 10-11 Coaches All-State Team is brought to you in part by Alliant Communications.
Welcome back to the Devaney Center. Columbus Scotus possibly on the way their 3rd straight title. The 1998 10-11 All-State teams are chosen by the coaches of around Nebraska. Talented teams, all talented players. Here is your Class C1 All-State team.
Tanya Volk returns to our All-State team in '98. Now the career scoring leader at Battle Creek with over 1,600 points. She'll hit the court for the Mavs next year at UNO. Jenny Kropp averages an amazing 6.8 blocks per game for Grand Island Central Catholic, 17 versus Beatrice, giving her the school's career mark. This fall, she'll become a Husker on a volleyball scholarship. Teammate Casey Cogill leads the Crusaders in scoring with 21.5 per game. Wichita State has shown some interest, but Cogill would like to play for the Huskers if possible. Another Casey, Hilgenkamp, is selected her 2nd year on the squad. She holds the state record for threes in a game with 11 and is looking at UNL or Creighton for college. The girls from Scotus send Christy Korth to the team, leading a balanced Shamrock team in assists and steals. She's also an all-stater in volleyball and soccer. And rounding out the squad, Karen Hochstein, a junior from Hartington Cedar Catholic. She leads the Lady Trojans in points, boards, steals, and assists.
Dad, no, it could be my boss calling about inventory. But it could be Megan. Okay, go ahead.
Hold it. It could be the coach calling about a surprise practice.
Maybe it's time to get Caller ID Plus or Caller ID from Alliant Communications. Caller ID Plus displays and stores the names and numbers of incoming callers so you can see who's calling or who called while you were away. Order now and get free activation and free use of a Caller ID unit until May 1st. Call today. Alliant Communications, making it easier to communicate.
Welcome back to the Vandy Center. 24-11, Columbus Scotus up at halftime. Mr. Bishop is here now with me for this timeout at halftime. We're going to talk about that Class C1 All-State team and a lot of great players, Sean.
Some fantastic players. In fact, of the 6 that are on the list, only 1 didn't get a chance to make it to the state tournament, that being Casey Hilgenkamp of Arlington. But Casey herself had a great season, in fact, setting a state record with 11 three-pointers in 1 basketball game, nearly hitting the national mark. Otherwise, you've got some great players. Tanya Volk from Battle Creek has been a fantastic player for Dave Schnitzler and his Bravettes. Jenny Kropp played last night against Columbus Scotus, nearly made it to the state championship. So too did Casey Kogel, who was a fine outside shooter, averaged 14 points per game, or actually 21 points per game. And then, of course, Christy Korth of Columbus Scotus, who's been just really the catalyst for this ball club the last couple of years at point guard for Scotus.
Certainly one of the reasons this team's doing so well this afternoon. We expect to see big things from her in the second half.
Oh, there's no question. And one thing that Columbus Scotus is going to have to do is to continue doing the things that they are, because obviously their defense has done a fantastic job. They've forced North Bend to shoot a lot of baskets from well beyond where they'd like to be. They'd like to get the ball down low. And right now, state tournament experience, which Christy Korth has, is starting to pay off for the Shamrocks. It could mean 3 in a row for them.
Sandy Creek was able to do it. We'll find out if Columbus Scotus can repeat as champions once again. We'll be back at the Vandy Center for one final thought before the second half.
First, we built a digital model of the new Dodge Intrepid. Then, to test it, a virtual world. We ran crash tests in a virtual safety lab, tuned the suspension on a twisting virtual road, refined the climate control in a virtual cabin. By the time we tested Intrepid in the real world, it was virtually perfect. The new Dodge Intrepid. We're changing everything again. As shown, less than 25.4. Well equipped, around 20.
My son says we're spending too much time managing our center pivots. Then he says that with Zomatic's latest technology, he can control our operation from his computer, cell phone, or business band radio. Then he tells me about the 8-year, 8,000-hour drivetrain warranty. It's good to see he wants a Zomatic. I trained him well.
See your Zomatic dealer at Cornhusker Irrigation Incorporated in Columbus, Nebraska Equipment Incorporated in Seward, and Platte Valley Irrigation and Sports in Grand Island.
Fixing what's broken quickly and with care is what we do. Our employee owners are ready to deliver premier service 24 hours a day, every day, through state-of-the-art technology and around-the-clock customer support. But more importantly, we'll do whatever is necessary to ensure you receive the help, care, and value you deserve.
They can get you in right away.
Maybe that's why we're Iowa's largest domiciled home and auto insurer. Thank you. Ally Group. Without us, all you have is insurance.
10-11 Statistics are brought to you in part by Allied Insurance.
Time for halftime statistics, and there's a pair that really jump out at you when you look at them. For one, the field goals for Columbus Scotus, they just have more looks. They have thrown up 26 shots. May not be a great field goal percentage, but that is leading the way, along with rebounding, nearly doubling up on the Tigers with the boards. They are crashing to the glass. We'll be back for the second half as Columbus Scotus clings to a 24-11 lead.
First, we built a digital model of the new Dodge Intrepid. Then, to test it, a virtual world. We ran crash tests in a virtual safety lab, tuned the suspension on a twisting virtual road, refined the climate control in a virtual cabin. By the time we tested Intrepid in the real world, it was virtually perfect. The new Dodge Intrepid. We're changing everything again. As shown, less than 25.4. Well equipped, around 20.
Competition is good. Having a choice puts you in control. Utilities used to be monopolies, but that's changing today. Through the Nebraska Choice Gas Program, you could choose who supplies the natural gas to heat your home or run your business. One of your choices will be the Public Alliance for Community Energy. PACE is owned by Nebraska communities who have joined together to provide a competitive, reliable, and safe supply of natural gas. Choosing Pace keeps your money in Nebraska. If you don't choose Pace, you could pay more. Choose Community Energy from Pace and bring home some change.
Yes, I'm here in the same old spot every year about this time. 'Tis the season for fish, you know. For 30 years, I've eaten fish about every way you can imagine. Oh, help me break the habit.
Announcing new Baja Fish Fajitas from Amigos. A breaded whitefish wrapped in a soft tortilla.
I've seen the light.
Go for the food, go for the fun, go for Amigos.
Welcome back to the Vending Center. Jim Dodge, head coach in North Bend. Your team is 25-0 this year. What went wrong in the second half, or the first half, rather?
Everything that could go wrong, I think, went wrong. We didn't play defense well, not like we played all year. Our offense, we're not getting into it. A lot of that's because of Scotus, but a lot of it's, I don't know, we're just very disorganized, and we'll hope to have a little better showing in the second half.
Certainly we'll need more than 11 points in the second half.
That's right, a lot more against Scotus. They played tough on defense, but hopefully we can show we're better than what we played the first half. The girls will keep fighting.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Good luck to you in the second half. We'll be back from the Devaney Center in just a few minutes.
Chevy, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Oh, that's gonna leave a mark.
Right now, drive the powerful Chevy Extended Cab 4x4 for only $299 a month.
I mean, who wants a pickup with no power? Anyone?
My son says we're spending too much time managing our center pivots. Then he says that with Zomatic's latest technology, he can control our operation from his computer, cell phone, or business band radio. Then he tells me about the 8-year, 8,000-hour drivetrain warranty. It's good to see he wants a Zomatic. I trained him well.
See your Zomatic dealer at Holzfaster's Equipment Incorporated in Ogallala and Nebraska Grain Systems Incorporated in York.
The Shamrocks of Columbus Scotus are just 2 quarters away from a three-peat, but standing in the way is the North Bend Tigers.
Unfortunately for North Bend, it's been Columbus that's been standing in their way, especially in the second quarter when it comes to getting good looks at the basket. North Bend having their problems in the first half field goal shooting, 5 of 19. And those misses, all of those, I mean, they did not make a field goal in the second quarter. They were held to 1 point on a free throw. And of course, we have state tournament weather. We've been lucky the last few years, but usually about once every 5 years, you get a real good snowstorm right in the middle of the state tournaments. And as many of you probably already know, Interstate 80 is closed between Greenwood and North Platte. So if you're snowed in somewhere, you can't make it to the games, sit back and enjoy. We've got a game and a half to go. The second half of the C1 title game followed by the Class B game. And if you like up and down fast-paced basketball, we strongly recommend you stay tuned for that Class B championship. Jump shot in the lane, no. Rickert with the rebound. Outside it goes. Brennan keeps it alive for the Shamrocks. Dressed in white, trimmed in green. The luck of the Cloverleafs. Van Akkeren backs it up.
Nice patience out there by the Shamrocks.
That's the definition of their style of basketball, but that time the pass went behind. Van Akkeren was cutting to the basket. The ball went behind her, out of bounds. Turnover against Scotus. And North Bend right now needs all the help they can get.
Yeah, they find themselves trailing by 13 points. The Shamrocks doubling up, more than doubling up on their score. Still looking for a field goal.
Haven't had one since the first quarter. Outside it goes to Richardson. Scotus man-to-man defense. They turn it around. Fitchie kicks it back out. Trying for the high lob down low. They find Settles. Her shot won't fall. We have a whistle and an over-the-back call coming up on Michelle Settles.
Well, it looks like the Tigers are making it easy for Columbus Scotus to even defend them. They're bunching up in the middle of the lane. An entry pass. It's even confusion which player it's going to, so Columbus Scotus is just there on top of it.
Long bomb pass down the court. Here's Grennan on 2 defenders. Stops and travels.
Oh. She had the right idea. That was a touchdown.
Indeed, she did. When you've got 2 defenders coming down, the first thing you want to do is stop, let the defender's momentum carry them either into you or past you, and then have yourself an uncontested shot. That time, Grennan, her mind was working faster than her feet. In the lane, Fitchie again cut off. Pollard stopped at the baseline. Back to Fitchie. Trying to get something started. Baseline jumper, no. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Shamrocks, Julia Grennan. And the field goal drought continues for the Tigers.
Michelle Settle, she is just flying around in the last 2 trips down the court.
Entry pass in the lane and a tie-up. It will remain North Bend's basketball, but it cost them the advantage of the possession arrow. But you're right when you said earlier, North Bend is bunching too many people up in an area. They need to create something. There's the first field goal since the first quarter. Nicole Richardson.
Oh.
And yes, the right side of the scoreboard does work. It can move. It's 24-13. A near skill reach-in is going to be called on Richardson. And that's her 3rd.
Something that you want to avoid is getting into the bonus early, because next thing you know, if you're making too many fouls, it's trips to the free throw line, and that can kill you.
And Akron will enter it into court. 2 minutes gone, 6 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. 24-13, Scotus leads. Stolen away, Fitchie keeps it alive, but then stepped on the sideline.
Well, the referee was right on top of that call.
No question about it. Scotus again will set things up. Christy Korth, the All-Stater, down low. Rickert, shot good.
That was just fundamental basketball. The entry pass down low on the block and the high percentage shot.
13-point lead, Scotus. First field goal for them in the second half. Richardson trying to do it herself. Now out to Fitchie. Fitchie kicks it out for Pollard. Her jump shot, good!
That was a sweet-looking jump shot fadeaway. And Pollard now has 8 points.
That was Jenny Pollard's move in the first quarter. She came out firing. She had 6 points in the first half, all of them in the first. Now her first field goal of the second half, 26-15, stolen out of there. Ball loose on the floor, still fought for. Who's going to come away with it? They're still fighting for it. Scotus comes down with it, in the lane to Rickert. It's good!
A hot potato winds up in the hands of Rickert, and she hits the last 2 field goals down the court.
Feel like you're at a Stooges movie. It's just whoop, 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 whoop. Finally, Korth came down with it, found Rickert down low. Turnaround move, off the back iron, no good. Loose ball, last touch by Scotus. It will belong to North Bend Central. Players checking in for Jim Dodge include Katie Blacketer and Shannon Emanuel.
I'm just going to say that the Shamrocks doing a good job of boxing out there. Unfortunate that the ball just happened to go off of their hands, but they boxed out the Tigers really well. That's why nobody could even get to that ball.
4:39 left, 3rd period, 28-15. Well, we mentioned in the outset, whosever style dominated play would win this game, and so far, Scotus's defensive style has been the aggressor. Fitchie, off, no good. Tigers could sure use some confidence shooting the ball. Nearly stolen away, but Scotus keeps it. 28-15 Shamrocks. They lead by 13. That matches their biggest lead of the game. Up top it goes to Torzon. To Grennan. Grennan waits. 18-footer on the way. It's good from Heather Van Ekeren.
Nothing but net, and that's music to coaches' ears.
And then a travel in the backcourt on Jenny Pollard. And Jim Dodge takes a big sigh on the bench. Timeout on the floor. Scotus doubles up on North Bend in the third.
Every season brings a new challenge and a greater responsibility. In today's global market, how you manage your fields will affect over 31 families, beginning with your own. So you start with superior seed from NC Plus, professional agronomic support, and nearly 40 years of farmer-owned experience. When you shake the hand of your NC Plus dealer, it's not the end of a deal. It's the beginning of a commitment that will last through harvest. NC Plus, bringing technology down to earth.
Cuddlebug?
Matthew, did you take my Clearasil?
Oh, that. Well, what do you need it for anyway?
It's not just for zits you can see.
Clearasil helps prevent pimples before they start. 2 times better than the leading Clear Pore treatment.
That's why I use it every day.
Okay, you're right. I'll get my own. Cuddlebug.
What are you reading?
Clearasil Now. Clearer skin from now on.
Christy Korth with the hustle and the nice dish translates into more points on the board as Kim Rickard converting, and Columbus Scotus appears to be making a big-time run.
Threatening to pull away with this basketball game. Against Scotus, usually a 4-point lead seems insurmountable at times against this very good defense. Nearly slapped out of the hands of Korth. Then a steal by Fitchie. North Bend the other way, but they have got to start making shots from the field if they're going to have any prayer in this game.
They trail by 15, 30-15 with 3.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. They need a spark right here.
Here's a three. Well short. Nicole Richardson. And it has been that type of day for the outside shooting of Columbus Scotus. Now Scotus has numbers. Torzon underneath. Foul and a whistle and a charge.
That was great defense. Positioned herself perfectly. Shannon Emanuel did, and drew the foul.
I've been waiting all day to do that. A couple of years ago, we had nothing but charging fouls. This year, that's the first one of the day. Ball knocked out of bounds, retained by Scotus.
It really is. Of all the games today, that's the first.
Player control fouls, a rarity in today's championship Saturday, the 22nd girls state tournament. Down low, Fitchie, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line for 2.
That's one thing that coaches will tell you. They've coached boys that coach girls. Girls are more disciplined. And even John Wood himself said the finesse game and pure basketball nowadays, you find it with women's basketball because the discipline's there.
Well, so much of men's basketball is played above the rim. And it's become almost as much show as it has actual basketball as Fitchie makes the first foul shot. Robin Fitchie averages 11.4, but she's right now at 2 points for today. Second foul shot is good. Give her 3 for the game. 30-17. Scotus by 13. Rickert opens up a lane for Christy Korth to move across the timeline. Under 3 minutes to play third period. Rickert looked down low, rejected out of there, but kept alive by Scotus. Kuhneman. 2:40 to play third period. Whistle away from the basketball. And a foul is going to go on Jenny Pollard, her second. Second team foul against North Bend. Only 2 fouls apiece for each team in the second half. We have 2:39 left here in the third. Kuhneman looking for someone to get it into. Long baseball pass into Cruz. Cruz to the free throw line. Rickards 18-footer, no. Rebound, fought for, knocked down, collision, and kept alive by Scotus.
Wow.
Brennan. Bodies flying everywhere. Unfortunately for North Bend, it was most of their players. Rickert. Looks to Korth. Korth pull-up baseline jumper, no. Rebound to North Bend. Shannon Emanuel, and a foul. Reach-in is called on Scotus. That will be the first personal foul on Christy Korth. Third team foul against the Shamrocks. It comes with 2:09 to play. Third period, it's 30-17. If the Tigers can cut this deficit to single digits before the fourth period, then you think that the patient still has a pulse. But Pollard's jump shot at the baseline rolls off no good.
They've only scored 7 points since the end of the first quarter. That's not the way to get it done.
A minute 45 left. 30-17. Outside it goes. 18-footer. Yes! Steph Cruz with 5 points. A minute 30 to go, third quarter. 32-17. Bounce pass in the lane, wide open. And finally, something open in the middle as Shannon Emanuel hits her first 2 of the game. That time they caught Scotus out of position. A rare defensive lapse by the Shamrocks. A look for Rickert. Rickert tied up, taken away.
Tigers with good defense.
Down the other side of the floor, Richardson, Pollard, free throw line, jumper and score! 10 points for Pollard, 32-21, 56.5 seconds to go, third period.
Well, you could be right. They could cut this lead into single digits entering the fourth quarter with just under a minute to go. They trail 32-21. They could very well do it.
North Bend to apply pressure in the backcourt. Scotus has done well against this press so far in the game. Taking a while to get it in, but Rickert has it. Now back to Van Akkeren. Now Christy Korth will bring it across. 50 seconds to go, third quarter. 32-21 Scotus. Korth with the dribble. Scoops it underhand to Julia Grennan. Now Steph Cruz, 38, 37, 36 seconds left. Third quarter. Scotus is going to run clock. This is what they do. They do this from the start of the game. They are not an impatient offensive basketball team. They will take their sweet time. Steph Cruz down to 20 seconds. 19, 18 seconds left. Christy Korth with 16, with 15. Spins around, looks for a shot. Stops. Outside. Cruz. Jumper is good. 5 seconds. 4, 3. Down the other end of the floor. Baseline jumper at the buzzer. No. And that will end the third period of play. Columbus Scotus burns some clock to end the third period. They'll take a 13-point lead into the fourth quarter.
Students and parents, NebHelp's new student loan Rate Saver lets you save big bucks on education loans. It's 2 points. Yes! Make on-time payments and watch your interest rate drop up to 2 points and score big savings with NebHelp Student Loan Rate Saver. For details, contact any Rate Saver lender or call the College Funding Hotline, 1-800-666-3721. Rate Saver, the best way to pay for college.
Every way you look at it, the New Holland 1475 Hayvine Pivot Tongue Mower Conditioner gives you big capacity cutting, pivot tongue convenience, and gentle, thorough conditioning for haymaking your way. See your New Holland dealer today.
Call your local New Holland dealer for more information.
Welcome back. We're headed into the final quarter. Glimmer of hope shown there for North Bend. In fact, they matched Columbus Scotus in that last period, each team scoring 10 apiece. They each scored 10 apiece in the first quarter as well, but it was the second one that hurt them.
Rickert. 14 points for Kim Rickert. She averages just over 12. Rickert, as usual, a forced down low for Scotus. 36-21, 15-point lead. Tigers are being held well under their season average of 65 points a game. Outside jump shot, good! Richardson with 4 points. But they needed those to fall in the second and third quarters.
Nicole Richardson averaging 13 points with only 4 points. She's got to pick it up.
Scotus retaliates with Heather Van Akron. 7 minutes to go, 15-point Scotus lead. Shamrocks going for a three-peat. Not only do they have a three-peat going for them in girls basketball, they already have a three-peat in C1 girls volleyball. It's become a broken record. Fall City Sacred Heart, Sandy Creek, and Columbus Scotus, volleyball champions, basketball champions. And Scotus has 649 to join that group.
You get those good athletes in one sport, keeps them conditioned for the next one.
Down low, Fitchie. Basket would have counted had it fallen, but Fitchie again will go to the line.
Julia Grennan, her second personal foul.
Julia Grennan with her second personal, and Fitchie to the line. The 5'6" junior, has 3 points, but all of them from the free throw line. Fitchie yet to score a field goal in this game.
You mentioned what Fitchie did last night to get her team into the finals. Talk about a clutch shot. She needs to pull out a few more of those.
Fitchie with a running jumper just inside the free throw line with 6 seconds left. Gave her team a 48-46 win over Grand Island Central Catholic to get the Tigers to their first state championship game. 38-24, down low, layup in. Julia Grennan. And this scoring has been very, very balanced. 7 different scores for John Peterson's Shamrocks. Fitchie has to kick it back out. She has it outside the three-point arc. Her team trails by 16. 6:05 to play. Pollard's jumper off the back iron, no good. Kept alive, though, by North Bend and put back up and in by Emanuel. 40-26. Under 6 minutes to play in the game. And Scotus, again, will take their time. They always play for the high percentage shot. They make you play their style of basketball. And that is slow and lethargic. But it works. The jumper from Korth is short. Rebound taken out of there by Scotus. And a reach-in foul is going to be called. Down on the floor is Shannon Emanuel. That's the third personal on Emanuel. 4th team foul on North Bend.
Well, it's like you said, the offense really expressing some patience here, and it pays off. It's like the offense of Princeton. Just work the shot clock. There's no shot clock here, but take your time and wait for things to unfold.
Long jumper Rickert off the side, no good, but another offensive rebound for Van Akron. Now, sure, if high school basketball adopted a shot clock, teams like this would have to readjust their philosophy. But there's not, so they're going to take advantage of the rules. Cruz's jumper is short. Tigers back the other way for Richardson. To Emanuel, stripped and fouled by Steph Cruz. Some say that it's time for high school basketball to adopt the shot clock into their game. But it's sometimes, you know, this kind of brings back the old days of basketball where teams played for their shot. And yet you'll still see teams like we'll see next with South Sioux City that press the ball up and down the floor at all times. Jumper by Emanuel is off. And Columbus Scotus again, instead of pushing it up the floor, will slow it down to run clock.
Sure.
And a timeout called by John Peterson with 4:33 to play. Scotus leads 14 in the 4th quarter.
Chevy, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Oh, that's gonna leave a mark.
Right now, drive the powerful Chevy Extended Cab 4x4 for only $299 a month.
I mean, who wants a pickup with no power? Anyone?
Dad, no. It could be my boss calling about inventory. But it could be Megan. Okay, go ahead. Hold it. It could be the coach calling about a surprise practice.
Maybe it's time to get Caller ID Plus or Caller ID from Alliant Communications. Caller ID Plus displays and stores the names and numbers of incoming callers so you can see who's calling or who called while you were away. Order now and get free activation and free use of a Caller ID unit until May 1st. Call today. Alliant Communications, making it easier to communicate.
Well, before the break, we were talking about how patience pays off for the Shamrocks, and there's an example of it.
If you express enough patience, you can create openings like that. Unfortunately, at times, North Bend has been forced to show patience, patience that their offense is not used to having to do. They're used to getting those open shots. Reach-in foul is going to be called on the Tigers, Robin Fitchie.
We were talking about if there was a debate over high school basketball, should it adopt a shot clock? I think it's to any team's advantage. If you can hold the ball and have a disciplined team like that at a half-court offense, more power to you, because nowadays there aren't many that can.
Exactly. Some may argue that, yeah, sure, at least we'll see some more shooters come out. People taking more shots instead of coming back away from the basket. But at the same time, as much as people liked to criticize Mo Iba when he was coach at Nebraska for slowing things down, running four corners, having Jack Moore dribble out between the circles to run clock, at the same time, hey, it worked. The team won games. Jack Moore's remembered as one of the great point guards in Nebraska basketball history. That was before the era of the shot clock. It was a more fundamental basketball game at that time.
That's why Pete Carroll of Princeton, who just stepped down as head coach over there, is inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I mean, as much as the high above the rim basketball game is exciting to watch, sometimes it's nice to slow the pace down as a reach-in foul is called on Jenny Pollard. For Pollard, that's her third. And Scotus will go to the line. They've only attempted two. Actually, Scotus will not go to the line, excuse me. Still two more fouls to get from North Bend. Scotus has only been to the line twice in this game. Brennan making both of her free throws. North Bend's Fitchie has been to the line 6 times and made 4. That's it. There have been no other free throws attempted in this game. 40-26, Scotus by 14, 3:20 to play. Christie Korth, bounce pass, near reach in, bodies fall. Clock continues to run. Basketball still in play. Steph Cruz, Julia Grennan, and now finally Pollard has to stop the clock with a foul, but that's her 4th.
Yeah, North Bend, I believe, was trying to stop the clock earlier when they were diving for the ball. They just have to make up their mind and put a stop to that clock if they want to make a run here.
Timeout requested for and granted to Jim Dodge of North Bend Central. 3 minutes to go for Columbus Scotus.
In today's public schools, our children are facing higher academic standards. Their courses are harder, more challenging, and that requires innovative instruction. In fact, you might not even recognize the classrooms of today. Then again, you might.
Okay, class, time's up. Put your pencils down and pass your papers forward.
Public schools work.
To understand our dedication to keeping your car running its best, visit your team of pros at Big A Auto Parts. They'll have you back on the road in no time. Big A, America's parts pros.
See your Big A Parts Pro at St. Paul Auto Parts in St. Paul. Heartland Machine Supply in Hastings, and D&J Automotive in Broken Bow.
Three minutes remain in the ball game before Columbus Scotus can make a claim at a three-peat. Will they get there? Well, they seem to be on their way.
No question about it. 40-26. Scotus with the basketball and a 14-point lead. Scotus into the offensive zone. Sarah Kuhneman. Kuhneman gets it off to Cruz. North Bend Central has to start to foul here to stop the clock.
Every time the Shamrocks touch that ball, a minute goes off the clock.
It does, literally. There's a reach in. Emmanuel picks up her fourth. 2:29 to go. And as the snow falls outside, so do the chances of North Bend in this state championship game. And of course, you know that the lodging business in Lincoln is just loving this. Because usually the fans pack up and go home after championship Saturday, but because the interstate's been closed all the way out to North Platte and back to Omaha, as the foul shot goes in and out, that means most of these people are going to stay over another night.
Well, the other night, Jim Riley, the head of the NSAA, was encouraging coaches to keep the teams in town, because if they were going to leave town and try to make it back today, they wouldn't have made it.
Foul shot, or excuse me, free throw is free throw. What am I saying? Field goal missed. Loose ball on the floor, taken out of there by Scotus. Brennan, but the Tigers keep it alive. Three-point shot, Fitchie. There she is. We've been waiting for her to make that field goal, and she's finally got it. With a minute 53 to go, it's an 11-point lead for Columbus Scotus. A minute 48 to go.
That's right, Fitchie's first field goal. Hard to believe.
And a reach-in is going to be called on Katie Blacketer. For the freshman, it's her second personal. That sends Rickert to the line for 1-1. It's not quite over yet. But the Tigers are going to have to start making threes to have a shot at it. Kelly Blacketer comes in, a 5'8" senior. And Katie Blacketer will depart. 1-1 for Rickert with the 14 points tonight. Off no good. Rebound to Fitchie. Patient still has a heartbeat. 40-29. 95 seconds left in the game. Outside it goes. Looking for the open shot. 2-point field goal short. Had a better shot opportunity out there, as Fitchie was out beyond the arc and had a much better look at the basket than Pollard did. Pollard has struggled so far from the field in this second half, just as the rest of the Tigers have. A minute 25 left. It's 40-29. Shamrocks have the basketball. 20-second timeout called for by Jim Dodge. Coming up next, Ogallala draws Mission Impossible. They take on South Sioux City, the Cardinals, who beat their opponents by an average of 50 points a game.
Yeah, earlier in the season, South Sioux City playing Lincoln Southeast, the team that was in the A finals, and beating them pretty good.
They beat them by 22, and they led in that game by 30 plus. But as we have seen over the last 3 years, South Sioux City has had one game in the state tournament that throws a scare into them. They have yet to have that game. So maybe, if history repeats itself, it'll be tonight. But Ogallala has their work cut out for them. That's coming up next. 41-29. Scotus keeps it alive after the free throw, and Fitchie is forced to foul. That's her second. Well, Scotus up 12 here. That means it's a 4-possession game. That's 4 threes. And that's not counting the foul shots coming up from Heather Van Ackeren, 5'8" sophomore. Five points for Van Ackeren, 42-29. In and out, no good. 42-29. Richardson looking for an open three. Can't find one. Scotus coming out on the perimeter. To Pollard. Still can't find a shot. To Fitchie. Great defense. Turnaround. Richardson. No. Rebound to Scotus. And that will just about do it.
That's right. They break the 1-minute barrier, 57 seconds remaining on the clock. And Coach Dodge, you look at him, he's a little frustrated, but he wants to get everybody into the ball game. That's probably what he's thinking right now.
Well, Columbus Scotus may be considering an addition to the trophy case. They've accumulated 6 in volleyball and girls basketball, including one that they're about to win here tonight. It's a good thing those trophies aren't really big, you know, like Stanley Cup size.
Right.
Or they'd have to build an addition to the school. Replacements coming in. Shanna Mellinger. Also Andrea Torzon back in. Kim Rickert to the line. $15 game-high points for Rickert. $16 game-high points for Rickert. 44-29. Final 55 seconds of the C1 title game. They look around for an open person, and it's taken out of there. Steph Cruz. And now the countdown can begin.
Talked about that patience. Cruz had an opportunity just to go on the fast break and just, you know, pulled it up. Has the clock on her side and decided to let it wind down.
25 seconds left. Shamrock fans, not as many as we've seen here in state championship games in the past, probably due to the weather conditions outside. But still a boisterous and very happy group. Timeout called for by Columbus Scotus. They're going to check in some reserve players with 20.4 seconds left. Scotus, a third straight state championship. They beat Gothenburg last year 38-30. And they're holding North Bend to just 29 points in this game, a team that averages just under 65.
You take a look inside the huddle there. Coach Dodge trying to lighten the spirits, you know. Pretty much a foregone conclusion that they will be the runners-up and not the state champion.
Scotus will celebrate happy tonight. And for those of you watching in Platte County, we tell you the same thing we told those from Falls City Sacred Heart. Go out and make a snow angel.
Well, we had the luck of the Irish with the Falls City Sacred Heart. We had the Shamrocks here. There's some luck there. But I don't think there's much luck involved. Plenty of skills out there.
Oh, most definitely. Jump shot is good. Sarah Pillen. She'll be in the newspaper tomorrow. 46-29, final 3 seconds. Ball goes out of bounds. There's the buzzer. The basketball game is over. And Christy Korth doing cartwheels out on the floor. So what if it's 3 in a row? It still feels special.
Right.
Congratulations, Columbus Scotus, a third straight Class C1 state championship. John Peterson, if he's not one of the best coaches in all of high school sports, I don't know who is. 3 straight in volleyball, 3 straight in girls basketball. And who knows, maybe Peterson will start coaching the boys' teams too. Scotus wins tonight. Back with more after this.
I'm proud of him because of what he's done for us, what he's done for Nebraska.
Folks back home in St. Paul, Nebraska are pretty proud of John Christensen.
This is home. He remembers his roots, and that's what I appreciate. He is a man of the land.
He's genuine rural Nebraska.
He's got the values. That's how he was brought up.
It's exciting that someone from a small town like St. Paul is going to be our next governor.
Dad's one of the best farmers in the state, but when it comes to computers, he's no expert. So when I told him I could control all our Zematic irrigation systems from a computer, cell phone, or business band radio, he was skeptical. Then I told him about Zematic's 8-year, 8,000-hour drivetrain warranty. That got him. Yep, don't know what he'd do without me.
See your Zematic dealer at Miller Agri-Sales in Friend and Spillenick Irrigation Incorporated in Elba.
Today, you can choose from over 40 different luxury nameplates. We can't make the choice for you, but we can narrow it down. With an exceptional lease offer on the Lincoln Collection. Now, for a limited time, we'll make your first month's lease payment on the spacious, luxuriously appointed 98 Town Car, the 280 horsepower Mark 8, or the redesigned, re-engineered Lincoln Continental, the Lincoln Collection. Now the first month of their luxury is on us. Lincoln, what a luxury car should be.
Shamrocks cut down the nets. North Bend Central finishes 25-1. Let's meet the state runners-up in Class C1.
Number 30, Nikki Hunky. Number 32, Nicole Richardson. Number 40, Robin Fitchie. Number 42, Katie Blacketer. Number 44, Stephanie Anderson. Number 50, Jenny Pollard. Number 52, Kelly Blacketer. And number 54, Michelle Settles. All of you are welcome to receive the runner-up trophy for your school. Congratulations, North Bend Central High School, Class C1 State Runners-Up. And now, to the champions. First, Coach John Peterson. We have a special award just for you. Now, Coach, hand out the gold medals to your championship team members. We'll introduce them one by one. Number 11, Stephanie Cruz. Number 13, Sarah Edison. Number 15, Christy Korth. Number 21, Michelle Moser. Number 25, Sarah Kuhneman. Number 23, Shanna Milliger. Number 31, Julia Grennan. Number 33, Heather Van Ackeren. Number 35, Amy Hash. Number 41, Sarah Pillen. Number 45, Andrea Torzon. And number 51, Kim Rickert. The 1998 Nebraska Class C1 High School Basketball Champion is Columbus Scotus High School. Congratulations, players and coaches.
Columbus Scotus does it again. It's like a broken record, but it's one that plays over and over in Columbus. They're very proud of their Shamrocks winners tonight in the Class C1 State Championship, 46-29. We'll meet the state champions after this.
New Steel herbicide keeps weeds from getting through.
Smiles are our #1 priority. It's why our employee owners work 24 hours a day, every day, to fix problems. From the latest technology to our commitment and track record of responding quickly. At Allied, we always put customer satisfaction first because that's what you deserve. We call it premier service. Our customers call it premier value. Maybe it's why we're Iowa's largest domiciled auto and home insurer. Allied Group, without us, all you have is insurance.
Introducing a whole new look for Pepsi.
You know we wanna drink B-E-B-S-I. You know we wanna drink B-E-B-S-I. You just open a can. Yeah, there's only one choice. So kick back and enjoy. You know we wanna drink B-E-B-S-I. You know
All new look, same great taste. Pepsi, Generation Next.
10-11 Statistics are brought to you in part by Allied Insurance.
Welcome back to Devaney Center. I'm here with Jim Dodge, head coach of North Bend. State runners up this year, 25-1. You ran into a buzzsaw tonight.
We sure did. I don't know what happened that second quarter. We just fell apart both offensively and defensively. We didn't do a good job of guarding anybody. And but the second half, I was really proud of the girls. They came back out and they fought hard. We gave them a few points on free throws at the end, but other than that, we played them pretty even. Excuse me, but. I'm very proud of the girls. They played really hard. And we're kind of down now, but 25 wins. Lose to a great team like Scotus is really not a shame. And they beat everybody else, too. So.
And there's a lot of great news, too. You got a lot of those girls coming back next year for you.
That's right. We'll miss our 2 seniors, but we have a lot of good athletes coming back, and we'd like to come back again next year, hopefully.
Thanks, Coach. We look forward to maybe seeing you here next year.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on a great season. Let's send it over to John, and he has our final statistics from the C1 final.
Luke, so far, you look at the numbers, and outside of field goal shooting, North Bend really kept everything pretty much equal in this basketball game. 49% from the field for Scotus, as opposed to 37 for North Bend. Everything else relatively equal. Yeah, the rebounds a little bit off there, skewered in favor of Columbus Scotus. Turnover situation, not one to really look at as far as a determining factor in this game. Leading scorers tonight, for Scotus, Kim Rickert finishes with 16 points, and for North Bend Central, Jenny Pollard with 10. North Bend goes home a runner-up. Columbus Scotus, a champion. One more game to go. We'll meet Columbus Scotus after this.
KOLN-KGIN's live coverage of the 1998 State High School Basketball Tournament has been brought to you in part by your local Dodge dealer, Nib Help Student Loan Rate Saver, Big A Auto Parts, NC Plus Hybrids, and your local Ford dealers.
It starts on the playground where a dream begins. It grows through hard work and determination, hours spent practicing to achieve the dream of becoming a champion. The 1998 Nebraska State basketball tournaments have arrived on 10-11. Catch every three-pointer, every dunk, and every last-second shot. The boys' tourney begins March 14th.
The dream comes true, only on 1011, your capital city news station.
You're watching KOLN Lincoln and KGIN Grand Island.
Welcome back. Of course, we have a great Class B championship game on tap for you, but we just got through watching an incredible game. Columbus Scotus repeats as champions. Wait, three-peats as champions. And joining me now is Coach Peterson himself. You're making a habit out of this.
Well, it's great fun, I tell you that. These kids worked very hard for this, and I'm just thrilled for them.
Well, not only do you do it in basketball, you do it in volleyball, and you have the same group of athletes essentially here. Does it kind of help in conditioning? What's the secret here?
Well, it certainly helps because I guess they get to know me, I get to know them, and they're just hard workers all the way through, and they're just good athletes, and they're competitors, and they work hard, and they love to play.
Now, you bring back a fairly young squad this year. Does this surprise you in the success and an opportunity to three-peat like this?
Well, we lost 3 or 4 seniors from last year's team that were very, very good players, and you know, and there were a lot of very good teams in C1. I thought C1 was as tough this year as it's ever been. I thought going into the season there might be 15 different teams that were capable of probably winning, and didn't know if we could be one of them, but I thought by the end of the year it could be very competitive, and we definitely played some of our best basketball at the end of the year.
And now you have all these young players, which means you probably have a bright future ahead of you. You think so?
Well, we lose 2 seniors or 3 seniors are just great kids, or 4 seniors, I should say. We have 2 starters. Or 3 starters in Sarah Kuhneman, Christy Korth, and Kim Rickard. Christy Korth has played for 4 years, and Kim Rickard has started for 4 years. And Sarah Kuhneman and Andrea Torsen, it's really their first. They've played a lot, and they did a great job tonight. And so I'm just thrilled with the contributions for every one of them.
Now let's go back to the game. Tied at 10s apiece after the first quarter, and tied basically in the third quarter as well. The big quarter, the second. What was the difference there?
Well, defensively, I thought we did a little bit better job. We checked out. We were up a little bit tougher on some of their shots, and they didn't shoot the ball. They missed some shots there, and we executed our offense very well. Hit 2 big threes that really ballooned our lead up.
Now, what do you do going into games like this? Do you just go in with your own game plan, or do you think, what are we going to do to counter the attack of the opposing team?
Well, we spent about an hour and a half at Lincoln High practicing today and just trying to go through a lot of the things that North Bend has done. You know, when you play 3 games back to back to back, you know, you don't have a lot of time to prepare for them. And, you know, we played them in the Summer League, and we played them last year in the district final, which was a great game. And I knew they were very, very talented. I knew their personnel pretty well. We played them in volleyball in the state semis, and, you know, just an excellent team and very well coached. And, you know, we just tried to get prepared the best we could for the things that they're going to do man-to-man.
Well, something tells me that the Columbus Scotus Shamrocks are very well coached as well. Congratulations to you, Coach Peterson. Thanks for joining us. Good luck next year. Have a safe trip home. You're, I would say, new state champions, but no, you're 3-peat state champions. We'll be back with a chance to talk to the players after this break.
At Good Samaritan Village, you can discover how enjoyable retirement life can be. Feel safe and secure in a Christian community with over 1,000 residents. Replace loneliness and worry with friendship and peace of mind. Retire in comfort with a variety of housing choices, a senior center full of activities, and a 9-hole golf course. Good Samaritan Village in Hastings, where you can live a quality lifestyle on a fixed income. For more information, call 402-463-3181.
Dad's one of the best farmers in the state, but when it comes to computers, he's no expert. So when I told him I could control all our Zematic irrigation systems from a computer, cell phone, or business band radio, he was skeptical. Then I told him about Zematic's 8-year, 8,000-hour drivetrain warranty. That got him. Yeah, don't know what he'd do without me.
See your Zematic dealer at Miller Agri-Sales in Friend and Spillenick Irrigation Incorporated in Elba.
Ford Expedition, built Ford tough.
Welcome back. We see that we have a great game on tap for you, but like we said, we just got through watching a great game for Columbus Scotus anyways, and they just dominated this game due in reason part with Stephanie and Cruz, the guard for the Shamrocks. Now, you're a junior, which means you're used to winning this thing.
Well,
I've only played in about one game last year, and then this year I played 2, and it's been a lot of fun.
So having the opportunity to play in such a game like last year, does that make you want to come back that much more?
Yes, definitely. You know, last year gave me a lot of experience, and this year just makes me want to go out and play harder.
So what does this mean for next year being a junior?
I'll just try my hardest, and whatever happens, happens.
All right, well, congratulations to Stephanie Cruz.
Thanks a lot.
Part of a state champion, and it's nothing new for you. No new business here as well. Stepping up now, we have Kim Rickert, the senior, one of the few seniors on the team, so this has to be extra special for you.
This is definitely special. We worked so hard this season, and we just cooperated really well together. We're kind of like a family, and it's just awesome.
As the senior, do you get out there and you have to take charge of all these people and say this is the way it's going to be?
We had to show a lot of leadership, but we're all together for volleyball, so we're all friends, and it's great.
Well, talk about that element. You guys win in volleyball, you win in basketball. Is that a secret, you know, to help you stay conditioned for both sports?
We just work really hard. We do what the coaches say. We have great coaches, and that's about it. We just really work hard and try to be successful.
Well, that's good, and you're doing a good job of holding up that trophy. Working hard as well. You're going to have to get a couple extra pair of hands to hold that up. That's Kim Rickert. Thanks for joining us. Stepping up now, let's talk to some more members of the Shamrocks. Julia Grennan, another junior. Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
3rd straight year you guys picking up the championship.
Yeah.
And as a junior, you've been a part of the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a great feeling, you know, just to know that I have another year, come out and work really hard again. But I'm really going to miss the seniors because they're great leaders, but...
So you have another year as a senior, so you guys definitely looking for the 4-peat.
Yeah, you know, we come out, work hard. North Bend's a really good team, and so just do what we can. Next season, it's good to celebrate a win right now.
Well, you talked about North Bend. You guys were virtually tied, 10-10 coming out of the first quarter. That second quarter was a difference out there. Do you know what the heck happened out there?
We had a little trouble the first quarter with them getting too many offensive boards. We needed to check out a little bit harder. So we worked on that and running our secondary break, pushing it up the floor a little bit. So, and always defense is a factor.
All right, thank you. Julia Grennan,
very much.
State champion for the Shamrocks. Of course, we have plenty of more Shamrocks coming at you. We have an opportunity to talk to these guys real quick. Well, we're going to have to wrap it up. Here's just one of them right here. Congratulations to the Shamrocks. We're going to go to a break right now, but congratulations to North Bend as well on a wonderful season, but Columbus Scotus, the 3-peat champions.